what the hell do you do when like nothing's working? So hey guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about part 2 of what to do when nothing's working. I had to ask myself this question one day, which is why I turned it to a vlog. I was just sitting there one day and I was like, what the hell do you do when like nothing's working? So I wrote down some quick tips to, kind of add to the other video, and I want to share them with you guys today. Reflect and reset is going to be your first order of business. If you don't take the time out to reflect on your decisions, you won't really be able to gain a sense of self-awareness that you might need to move to the next step. The reason why I like to reflect when nothing is working is because nothing's working for some sort of reason, right? Obviously, life is going to happen, and there can really legitimately be a series of events that can take place that can like catapult your life from good to bad. It happens. Like there's unexpected events that happen. And then there's some things that could be controlled that didn't get controlled. And there could be decisions that you make that didn't lead to the results that you wanted. Every decision you make has an outcome, and those outcomes are good and bad. There is no in between. And I think people get it confused because they think that if they're a good person or they do the right thing or they follow all the right steps or make the best plan, that everything is going to go the way that you want. And it's not. Like before 2024, I had a fire plan. Like my plan was like on 100. I was like, I'm going to do this and this is going to be like this. And then a series of things happened from mid-December all the way until after 2024. And I was like, I guess I ain't doing a damn thing because nothing went the way that I wanted. So what do you do? Like, how do you get back on track? So I reflected. It's like a semi-dwell, but when I dwell, I'm spending more time reflecting, right? So we all go through a moment of self-pity, or majority of us do. We're like, I don't understand, like what's happening? Why isn't nothing working? What am I doing wrong? And so instead of just asking myself those questions, I actually tried to answer the questions. And I can see where I went wrong in some of my logic. I can see where I went wrong in some of my decision making. I can see where I went wrong in a lot of things. And how was I supposed to know? I'm proud of myself nonetheless for making judgment calls and making executive decisions on things that I thought was going to help me and that was going to benefit and fix my life. But they have consequences, good and bad. So you need to reflect so you can gain some sort of self-awareness, so you can try to figure out if there are any patterns that you're doing in your logic or decision making that's leading you to the same results. Or so if you can see if it's you, it might just be you, it might be your attitude, it might be something about you that's ruining things for you. It could be a lot of things. Your work of self-reflection is really individual based, right? Because it depends on what's going on in your life. My life and my self-reflection period is a lot different. So you need to think of some areas of improvement. You need to think about some challenges that you've dealt with and how you dealt with them, and if those play a part. You need to analyze your decisions, and then after you've done that, you need to reset, right? Because if you don't reset, you get stuck in a portion that I don't want you guys to get stuck in, and that's dwelling. So there's 2 ways to cope with every situation, and you're going to hear me talk about it a lot. And I talk about it a lot because it's something people don't want to hear. People are like, wow, you're so black and white. Everything doesn't work like that. And I'm going to tell you that it does. Like, life doesn't care what you do, what you plan, how good you are, what you've been. Things are going to happen to you regardless. Circumstances are going to happen. We are not exempt to them, right? So you don't want to stay here, which is dwelling. You only have 2 ways out. So those 2 ways to deal with the problem is to either cope or figure out a solution to the problem. So unfortunately, there are going to be things that are going to happen that there is no solution, and you're going to have to learn how to cope with it. It's something that you don't like. You don't want it to happen to you. You want to control it, but you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. You must learn to cope and start to move out of this phase, right? Because you don't want to get stuck here. If you can solve the problem, solve it. If you can control your controllables, control them. If it's something that you need to work on specifically, then you need to work on it. For example, I personally right now, I want to fix my finances. I'm not satisfied. I'm used to having a certain amount of money or a certain level of security, and I don't have it, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff that has happened that's going on, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into one of my little other vlogs if you're interested. But whatever the case is, I don't like it. Now I'm gonna start to control the parts that I can control, which is demanding a certain pay rate, boosting my resume, showing people that I have experience, speaking on that experience. Before I would just put my resume out there and I'd be like, here, I have work experience, period, in the story, somebody will hire me. It was a very nonchalant way to deal with things. So I took the time out to really boost my resume thanks to someone who was willing to help me. Shout out to her. She's an amazing person. She helped me with my resume, and then I worked on my cover letter, and then I worked on my interviewing skills. I didn't think these were things that I was going to have to do in 2024. I'm a grown woman. I've worked at jobs before. I've excelled in jobs, but I'm controlling my controllable. I could either stay here and think about shoulda, woulda, coulda, or how things didn't work and how it's unfair, or I could start to work towards improving and controlling what I can control, which is finding better pay, finding better jobs, improving my skills in the meantime. And so that's what I'm doing. So reflect, reset. Don't stay here. Reflect, reset. If you're staying here, if you're moving out of it slowly, that's fine, but you got to get out of it altogether. At this point in life, if like things are not working out, you're gonna have to make some changes. A lot of times people want to blame Sally, Joe, and Shaquan and them on, you know, what didn't work and how they should have did things. All of that stuff is irrelevant. It's time to move forward, and it's time to work on an action plan that's going to work for you. Another thing is setting real goals, right? So one of my problems was that I would want to do a bunch of things at once. Set a date, because if you don't try to plan things and you try to wing it, it's going to be up in the air, just like your life, right? So set a date. I want to publish this book by XYZ, 6 to 12 months from now. Every day, what are the steps that I can take, that I can execute, that's going to get the goal done? You have to be realistic. Like, I did it again. I have a problem. I make bad lists. I make bad task lists. I made a list and it seemed good, right? I broke it down. Monday, today's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tuesday, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always 5, 3 to 5. I look back at the list, it's Friday. Tuesday didn't get done. Wednesday didn't get done. Thursday didn't get done. All of Monday got done. One of Tuesday, some of Thursday, skip Wednesday. This bothers me because it tells me that I still need to be realistic. I'm doing a lot of running around because I'm in between trying to find work. The plans were never realistic. So therefore you overwhelm yourself and you fail and you feel like nothing's going to change. But guess what? I'm here because we're not here to be perfect, right? We're not doing the 60 frames per second aesthetic vlogs, and I'm not lying to you and tell you guys something that I'm not going to do. I'm going to go back to that task list and I'm going to make the list reasonable. And then I'm going to cross off the tasks on a daily basis that are actually actionable and that are realistic to my schedule. Not Janae going to 4 interviews and then trying to be the world's greatest writer on that same Monday. It's not going to work. You're going to burn yourself out. So I want you to sit down and I want you to think about some tasks that are going to help you accomplish your goal. I want you to write those tasks down that you can do on a daily basis, that you can commit to doing. And I want you to make sure you have the time to complete the task so that when you don't succeed at the end, you don't look at it and say, I failed because I'm not good. I failed because I suck. I failed because whatever. You failed because your plan is not good. It's not realistic. So don't overwhelm yourself. I know you want to get everything done because I did. I was like, you know, I'm taking massive action on my life. I want to get myself together. And I tried to go slay. And baby, I failed. So I don't want that for you. So here's my, tips to you to do a better job than I did. So I hope those 2 things helped you, right? Reflect and reset, reflect and reset, and then make real goals, actionable goals. The goal becomes tasks that you work on every day to reach the goal. Set deadlines, be clear about your time, be realistic, okay? Don't be out here playing yourself like I did. And if I didn't have like personal stuff on that list, I would show you guys, but that list is so damn stupid. Like, I'm not even gonna do it. But I'm sure that I have some list somewhere, hiding somewhere, that I could show you guys one day, okay? I just wanna let you guys know that nothing is gonna come easy. You are going to have to do the work. I wish that there was a way I could be like, you know what, you could do this, you can earn 5,000 tonight, but I'm not, I haven't found it. Because if I found it, I would have told you. For the meantime, until I stumble across any sort of opportunity, or I develop my skills where I can do that, my skills to where I can do that, I'm going to have to do the work. So if you're where I am, you're going to have to do the work. And that is how we are going to get our lives together, okay? You're going to have to get out of, the fear portion of things and losing sight of what you want. Like, do you want wherever you are right now to be your circumstances every year? Because I don't. This ain't it. I'm not accepting this. I'm not claiming this. I'm going to work until I get my life where I feel like it needs to be, what I feel like I'm capable of doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you found that information super informative. I hope you're taking charge. My 63 subscribers, if anybody out there, is brave or bold enough to put in the comments, what you plan to work on. Doesn't have to be super personal, or if any of this helped you to motivate you in any way, shape, or form, talk to me. I want to talk to you guys. I'm trying to inspire you guys. And I hope it's helping. If you found this information informative or valuable, hit the subscribe and like button, and I'll see you guys next time.